So I get a message this morning from Filza, and she writes, I woke up this morning. Message. Felt super nauseous. Message. Took a pregnancy test. Message. And I'm sitting there like, what the fuck? Like, another girl is I can't do this right now. So I was just like, no, 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 no. Absolutely not. So, like, I'm like waiting. Like, what is she gonna freaking write? Then she sends a picture. She sends a picture, and I'm thinking, like, oh my god. And it's a small little screen thing, so I don't know if it's a positive sign or not. And then she writes, we're good. I'm like, oh, thank God. I had a thought right now, which I thought was pretty interesting, and it was so interesting that I actually decided to make this video right now. I opened up YouTube, I'm seeing these different, like, things that are tailored towards me, like things that I watch, so I see different categories of things that I'm interested in. And it's weird because obviously I don't really, like, look at myself, really, and say, hey, are my interests, and these are the things that I like, and these are, like, I just kind of do things, you know? But this was like, okay, I see bodybuilding on here, I see like medicine on here, I see like um, all the different things on here that well, I only see two different things right now, but I see two things right now that do pertain to me, and here's what it got me thinking. Highlights of my life, in some sense. Working out, hospital, medicine, like these things, like, revolve around me, like, or I revolve around them. I don't know whichever of the two it is, but or we revolve around each other, and that conditions me to want to build a better body. That makes me want to um, go into medicine and look at the different types of categories of medicine and whatnot. So it's good. It's good that all of these things, like, I'm conditioning myself. So I guess the question that came in my head is, why did you choose to become a doctor? And it's not a one simple answer, like, this is the one reason. I think it actually starts back from when I was young with Papa. He would be like constantly pushing medicine, 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 medicine. Like, you know how a lot of people say, like, they had the choices between lawyer, doctor, engineer? My dad only had one thing that he would just preach, and that is medicine. Even later on, so I was just thinking about it, and I'm like, he pushed medicine on me, but there were other things that I wanted to try out. I wanted to, like, see different things, like, and to a point, there did come a point where I remember I was like not even like into medicine. I was just like, yo, why is Papa pushing medicine onto me, right? And I don't think I really ever understood until recently. Like, I personally think my dad saw something, I don't know, he saw something in doctors, some level of respect, something that he saw something in doctors. Um, Perhaps the way they're treated back home is a little bit different, um, with like a lot of status, a lot of respect, um, and he wanted that sort of for me, I think. He's never told me this in words, but I can only imagine that that's what a father would want for his kid. Um, because I would want that for my child, but I want that for myself. I would actually want that for myself. That's the funniest thing. So I am so grateful, so grateful that my dad has wanted truly the best for me. Literally, truly the fucking best for me. And that's incredible. That's really incredible. Like, honestly, this is something that has just come to my mind right now, and that's really good. Um, uh, okay, so, anyways, wow. Moving forward, I remember that I didn't always want to continue on that path, that my dad had set out for me, because honestly I never really understood why. So in high school I tried woodshop class, I tried business, um, I tried a few different courses. I'm actually very glad that I did that. Like, these electives, I didn't have to do them, but I still chose to do them because I wanted to actually see what a little aspect of it looks like a little piece of it. And I get that these courses might not actually give you a good understanding of everything, but at least it gives you somewhere to start. Although I did pretty well in most of these courses, actually, like I did pretty good as a student. The sciences was where I had to put the most amount of focus on because they were the hardest. They were truly the hardest ones of all of the other ones. But being able to actually put in the time and effort to actually come out with good marks, and I'm not saying I was like, I did it every time or I was like solid A1, 100% student, but it was really forged my idea of wanting to go into medicine. And then when I got into medicine, it just became all the more interesting. Like, I've been so conditioned to do this, to be in medicine. And then as you grow older, you become more aware of yourself and who you are and what your likes are. And then combining those things together is where and how I've chosen medicine to be the profession that I will go into. So why did I become a doctor? It's not a one-faced answer, and I feel like this is an entire speech, but it is, because that's the true and long answer of it. And I don't know how I'm gonna be able to condense that into like a few words, but that's just what it is. I'm sure there's a lot of other things that I could add to this, like stories and events where doctors have been significant in my life, events where doctors have been significant in like my grandmother's life or my parents' life and how they still are and whatnot. I could even add stories of myself being the doctor in the hospital. Like, there's just too much. Like, my entire focus is just on that, and that's just the answer of it all. Like, my RAS is selected on medicine, and I'm figuring things out along the way. I don't know instantly what I field I want to go into. But as I explore and I take time in the hospital and I learn about how things go down, it gives me a place to start with. And that grows and that grows and that grows in interest through videos, through learning, through studying, to like everything. Everything just, it's just not a one-faced answer to answer why I've chosen medicine. But that is why I've done it, essentially. I'm 100% sure I probably stuttered and like said a lot of ums and probably have great pauses in between sentences, which is fine. Hopefully I can edit most of it out, and if I don't, and I just keep it the way it is what it is. I'm just gonna get better and better and better and more flowy with the way that I think about my thoughts. And if I become more flowy in the way that I think, I could become more flowy in the way that I speak. And in that regard, I could become a better communicator because I want to be able to put out my message to myself and anybody else that may need it. But ultimately, I just want to look back at all of these things and see myself grow as a person and just how things are coming along and how they came to be, rather. Anyways, peace out, goodbye, take care of yourself.